What's up, my beloved souls? I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do, welcome back, High Vibe Tribe. So, just wanted to jump on real quick on this absolutely fabulous Friday and just tell you guys that I love you. I think that you're so amazing. Um, I really appreciate the love and support that I get on this channel through all my social medias. Again, whether you guys are leaving comments under the videos or you're just like sending me emails or DMing me, just know that it's loved and appreciated. There are so many of you out there that just have such beautiful hearts, and you have such a big purpose on this planet, and I know it can feel really overwhelming and heavy. And especially when we're not in alignment with that and we just feel like we're spinning our wheels or we're just stuck, right? And I just want to encourage you today and remind you that you are not stuck. You're not a tree. You can absolutely get up and move at any point, right? And so you need to just start making better decisions on your life, and in each now moment really figure out, am I choosing from love and faith, or am I choosing from fear and doubt, right? Like, in every now moment I have to ask myself, is this a choice that I'm making out of love and faith, or am I doing this because I'm fear and doubting, right? I'm going through a lot of shifts right now, financially, with my home and my kids and all these things, and in every moment I have to be like, all right, well, you know what, God has supplied and takes care of all the sparrows of the field. Why am I any different, right? Am I less worthy in the eyes of the divine than a bird? I don't think so. So everything is going to work itself out, right? And that's how I'm just living my life. I'm like, all right, I may not know how everything is going to work itself out, but I know the end goal. The end goal is I have a place to live. The end goal is I always have food to eat. The end goal is we always have clothes to wear. The end goal is I am successful and thriving, right? Like, the end goal is the end goal. How the fuck we get there from here to there is not always clear to us, right? But we don't necessarily need to know all the hows. So if you're in a state of frustration or angst or stagnation, even, right? It's time to take a minute, take a breath, take a step back, and be like, okay, what is the end goal? Cool. I'm still on my way. We need to, you know, it's taken 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years to become the person that we are today. You need to give yourself grace on this process of healing and transformation, right? Give yourself an opportunity to unlearn the things that you've learned, because we have to clear out the muck. We have to clean up our inner world in order to make changes in our outer world. And, hearing that on a very logical and conscious level is very different from being that and feeling into that, right? I've built my business, I have a spirituality, metaphysical business, right? I do readings, I do coaching, I do energy work for people, and I took all the classes, right? And I took all the seminars and have a ton of mentors and doing all the processes, right? But in that process and in that learning, I also learned that most of the things that manifest or that we're doing in this world, 80% of it is inner work, right? And so if my external world is not looking the way that I want it to look, and I'm doing all the processes, I'm showing up, I'm crossing all my T's, I'm dotting all my I's, then I need to take a step back and go, okay, externally, I've done everything that I need to do. Now I need to go internally and clean it up, because why is this thing not growing the way I wanted to grow? Like, why is this thing not manifested? Or why did it manifest in a manner in which I'm uncomfortable with, right? Because again, it's all about our energetic vibration. The words that we're speaking out into the universe, although our words do have power, if they're not in a vibrational alignment with that in which we're is happening at a soul level, we're gonna get mixed manifestations, right? You're gonna get, if you put doubt and chaos out into the world, you're going to get doubt and chaos back, right? If you put questionable intentions out into the world, you're going to get questionable results, right? So we have to be really clear and very intentional about our lives. And again, we need to go inside. Okay, I've done all that I know that I can do, right? On a physical level. Let me go within and connect to my higher self, connect with the divine, connect my team of light, however you choose to word that shit. I don't care. And let me get a deeper perspective, like what needs to go on internally. I'm a big supporter in working with, the angels and the guys. You guys know that. I got dragons that be hooking us up and fairies. I do so much clearing and praying and healing for you guys, and for myself on a daily basis and working with all of the entities, of the higher realms because I know that they're all just expressions of God, right? So I don't get caught up on the terminology. It's like just honing your energy. Like I know that if I talk to my dad, I'm going to get specific energy and a reflection that comes from a masculine perspective. If I talk to my mom, I'm going to get that specific energy from my mom, right? But they're also both expressions of the divine. Does it mean that one is worse or better than the other? No, it just means at that moment I might need a little bit more masculine energy, or this moment I might need a little more feminine energy, right? I might need the perspective of a dude as opposed to a female. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that because I know some people will get all freaked out, but I'm like, it's not that serious, right? Angels, God, dragons, fairies, ancestors, galactic star seeds, however you choose to word it. We're all under the same umbrella, going towards the same thing, right? We're all working for the Most High God. So anyway, um, so working, doing all the work and doing all the prayers and doing all the cleaning up, and I call upon the Holy Spirit a lot. Though, come Holy Spirit, come! Please reveal to me what I need to know. Please show me the blind spots, right? And that's really important when you're trying to create something externally that's not it's not showing up the way that you want it to show up, right? And that means that you need to go inside and figure things out. So, for instance, um, I've had a pattern where I would get a home and then some type of like financial calamity would happen where I would potentially almost lose that home. And then right at the 11th hour, a miracle would happen in order for me to keep that home, right? And I'm watching this pattern, and I didn't realize it was a pattern, although I did catch it a couple of times. But I moved into my new home, and I'm having these issues, and I'm like, why the fuck do I keep? Why is this a thing again? And I'm calling upon the Holy Spirit. I'm like, all right, something's got to give. Like I'm missing something. And then called upon the Holy Spirit and was like, hey, this is a pattern in your life, and I'm like, huh. Well, that's annoying. We need to clean that up. For those of you who've been here for a while, I'm a big fan of tapping, right? Hitting all these meridian points. I'm a big fan of EFT. If you don't know it, I'll put a link below. But working through that energy and really like tapping that energy out and being like, why is this a thing in my life? Like, why is this a pattern that I've been playing out and where did it come from, right? Past that, rewind my childhood, moved around a lot not because I was in a military family, but because of lack of security and stability and safety, right? And so, although I wasn't aware always of the financial um, responsibilities, I was aware energetically that we were constantly moving, or that we had to move at night, or that we weren't sure where we were going to live, or all of a sudden it's like I'm living somewhere else, I'm living with someone else, or I'm living over here now, and then I'm not. So there was all these like different sacrifices. And so how that played out was me getting homes, being independent, and then getting to the point where I almost lose it, and then like a miracle of grace, something comes in. So had to clean that pattern up, and that was like a couple of days ago, guys. Like I I'm on this path, right? Been on this earth for 45 years, been doing this metaphysical stuff solely for the past 5 years. And every day I have an opportunity to clean up more. Every day I go deeper and deeper. It's like every day that we're alive, we have the opportunity to be a better version than we were the day before. So obviously, if we were done with all our life lessons, none of us would fucking be here, right? The world would be expanded to the point of all expansion, and there'd be nothing else to do, right? But it's not. That's not the case. We have new goals, new dreams, new desires, and with all of those things that we're calling in, we also have an opportunity to clean up anything that may not be in alignment with that stuff, right? And so we get to these points where it's like we're seeing these patterns, and that awareness is a gift. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see that I post that all the time. Like awareness is a powerful tool. Awareness is a powerful tool because when you know better, you can do better, right? When you see the broken thing, you can fix it. When you see the dirt, you can clean it up. But if you don't know that it's broken, if you don't know that it's dirty, if you don't know that there's something wrong, then there's really nothing for you to do, right? That you don't, you're kind of just like walking around blindly, right? And so we want to use all of our faculties, right? We want to use our inner world and our outer world to work in tandem with each other, right? We really want to allow our senses to bless us instead of keeping us limited and stuck, right? Because our five senses, yeah, they give us some things, but they're not going to give us the totality of it all until we connect with our higher self, until we connect with our spirit. So just a reminder that if you are, in a space right now where things aren't playing out the way that you'd like, or you kind of feel stagnant or stuck, take a step back, take a deep breath, take three actually. I would really suggest taking three. Like inhale for four, hold it, and then exhale for four, and then empty for four. So when you inhale deep, deep, deep for four, then hold it, empty. Right? And just do that like three times. Just give yourself three good breaths. Take a step back. Okay, Holy Spirit, what am I missing? Right? Like, what is this? What are you trying to tell me? Right? What is this lesson? And sometimes it's going to be, the lesson is going to show up as a pattern. Sometimes the lesson is going to show up as a pain in your body. Sometimes the lesson is going to show up as some type of like chaos, a calamity in your life, right? And you're going to be like, huh, right? Car accidents, appliances breaking down, hurting your leg or your arm, like breaking your nails, tripping, falling, bumping into things, like it's to you guys, it's like, oh, it's all happenstance. No, it's not all happenstance. Like these things are occurring to kind of put us in the now moment. Like if you're constantly like walking and bumping into things, what is that telling you? That's the universe telling you, hey, get into the present moment because you're in the fucking ether somewhere. You're either thinking about the past or you're thinking about the future, but you're not in the present moment. So sometimes we get bumped or we bump into things to kind of snap us back into reality, right? Sometimes these accidents and calamities are happening because there's some shit going on with you that you need to fix on an internal level, right? When I moved into this home, which is part of the reason that I'm moving out, but when I moved into this home, it was raining in my house within the first week. There was like an infestation of bugs. The air conditioning broke down. Like there was like problem with the problem with the problem, and I was like, huh, okay. And that's a two-sided thing, right? Because the issue is me being here and being in alignment with that energy in that home, and also what's going on with the owners of the home, right? Because it's a dual energy thing. So on the energy of the owners, it's whatever they're not dealing with, right? Trying to push things under the rug, trying to ignore things, trying to think that you can get over and kind of like half-ass things, and it being shown very clearly how you can't and how you try to be slick, but it's not going to work. On my end, it's this is what you were tolerating. This is what you thought you were worth. This is you took that because you thought you were in a state of desperation as opposed to a state of love, right? And so because I have had to check myself with self-worth and self-esteem and self-respect, because I've had to make that shift and set some really strong boundaries and even elevate my own tolerance level and be like, hey, Autumn, you're better than that. I'm being released from this early and shifted into a larger home, right? And they, in turn, get to learn all these beautiful lessons about what it is to be, a homeowner, what it is to work with people, how to respect boundaries, what it is to have emotional intelligence, right? Because you can't deal with me and deal with me like you do everybody else. I'm not the average chick. You know what I mean? If you want to talk to me, you got to talk to me nice. So, beautiful lessons here, right? But I had to look at my life and be like, huh, I don't like what I'm seeing externally. How did I create this and how can I fix it, right? We are the captains of our ship. We are powerful manifestors. So how can I change it? How can I change it? I created this with my energy, whatever that fucking energy was at the time. How can I fix this? Where's the lesson, right? My tailbone was sore. And I was like, why is my tailbone sore? It's not like I fell or anything like that. Didn't fall, didn't hurt myself. I'm not sexually active right now. So I was kind of like, why do I have any problems down there, you know? And so I had to do the research. Like, what does it mean to have a sore tailbone? What is that message trying to tell me? What is my root chakra trying to tell me, right? Because that's the same area. And it's about like not being supported or not necessarily trusting the universe or, like fear and blocks as well in your root chakra, blocks about safety and stability and security. So I had to go, okay, let me take a step back and let me hone into these energies, right? Is this an old energy that I'm still feeling and picking up and playing out? Or is this currently how I feel about this situation? And so, going into the stillness, going into the silence, really praying on it, really connecting, journaling about it, And anytime I feel discomfort in my body, I'm like, huh, okay, what are you trying to tell me? What is the lesson here? What is the goal? Because our bodies will give us the gift of this discomfort so that we can deal with it. If you're not dealing with the stuff on a spiritual level, you then choose to ignore it on a emotional and mental level, it's going to come out physically, right? Now, having said that, part of the energy was mine, and part of the energy is just that of the collective that I'm picking up. There's a lot of fear energy right now. People are worried about the recession and not making enough money, and so there's this kind of like freezing going on. So that was part of the energy I was also feeling of. So having to release that and to call upon Archangel Zachiel and the Violet Flame and really transmute those energies to try to feel safe again, right? Feel safe within your own body, feel safe within your space, to feel grounded, to feel stabilized. So I had an opportunity to sit with that, to do some meditations. I listened to a ton of root chakra meditations here on Facebook, on YouTube. I don't know, on YouTube, and journaled about it, and what is this fear, right? Well, do I feel safe? Well, am I safe? Okay, well, it's safe for me to love. It's safe for me to be, abundant. It's safe for me to be secure because a lot of the things that have been coming up have been about stability and finances and what it would look like to live a life of wealth as opposed to a life of poverty and how that's going to be received and if I'm okay with that, right? Like a large part of the financial lessons that I had to learn was that I grew up in poverty, right? I grew up in the projects and most people, I'm not even gonna say most people were broke because I grew up around a lot of drug dealers and pimps, right? So people had money, but it was either bad money, you know what I'm saying? Because it came from a really awful lifestyle, or the few people that did have money on the positive side were fucking snobbish and arrogant and disgusting, were like look down on everybody, right? So there was no real healthy expression of money for me. It was either you had it because you were the devil, or you had it because you basically were shitting on people, and then when you did get it, you felt away, right? And so I had to heal those lessons and be like, well, you've had money and you've been, wealthy a lot, and you've never treated people like that. You've never been unkind. You've never been selfish. And I had to remind myself of that. Like, that's them. And just because that's what they did with their wealth doesn't mean that that's what you're going to do with yours. And so it's safe for me to be wealthy. It's safe for me to be prosperous. It's safe for me to be abundant because I am not those people, right? That is not my behavior. That is not my goals, my lifestyle. So, but I had to like have that conversation with myself and be like, no, Autumn, like you're better than that. It's okay. And if people are not okay or if they're not comfortable with you being, successful or wealthy, then they can suck a rancid dick. And that's what it is. Like I refuse to be unhappy. I had this conversation with someone the other day and I know they were kind of looking at me very perplexed, like, how can you say that? And I'm like, I've spent 45 years on this earth doing shit to just make other people happy or to make other people successful or to try to fill into these little boxes and shit. I'm not doing that anymore. Like if it doesn't make me happy, I'm not doing it. And if you don't like it, you can kiss the left side of my ass and then I will turn the right side and you can kiss that one too. Like I am not going to be here and be unhappy. I don't have to jump and accommodate anyone. I don't have to text you back if I don't feel like it. I don't have to answer the phone if I don't feel like it. I don't have to converse with you if I don't feel like it. I don't have to give you an explanation if I don't feel like it. I don't owe you anything. I am here for my soul and my purpose and to make myself happy and to live out my dreams. And I am following my path. And either you're going to be here supporting it or you get to watch from the sidelines. at the end of the day, I'm going to be okay either way, right? And so this is just a reminder for all of you to take accountability for your actions, right? Let's get some awareness coming in. Let's take accountability for our actions. Let's set some really healthy boundaries. And then let's live life full out. Like, take a risk on yourself. Have faith that things are going to work themselves out. Again, like the sparrows in the field. Sparrows are out there every single day. They're not hoarding food. They're not going crazy, but every day they get fed and every day they have a place to sleep and every day they're taken care of by the divine, right? It's a little different for humans because we use money for, a lot of these things, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to be taken care of if you have the faith that everything is going to work itself out. If you believe that you deserve these things, right? You have to believe that you deserve it. Do you believe that you deserve to have a life of peace, of harmony, of abundance, of joy, of love, of wealth, of divine health? Do you believe that? Do you think it's possible for you? Or do you think it's not even possible? Right? Some of you are not getting this life because you don't think it's possible for you. You don't think that it's okay to be happy. You don't think that it's okay to live a life of ease and flow. And I know a lot of the fallouts I've had over the years, as I've been on this path with people, is because I refuse to take the advice of someone who's lived their life mostly miserable and follow their path. And they're like, well, this is what I did. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Great. Thank you for your advice. Why would I go that same path and make myself miserable? You're bitter, you're resentful, you're condescending, you're talking shit about people, you're judgmental, and at the end of the day, you're still really not happy. And how do I know you're not happy? Because your health is falling apart. So you can lie to the world all you want, but your body is telling me the truth. Why the fuck would I opt into that life knowing where it leads? Why would I make myself unhappy and suffer just because you did it? Why? Because misery likes company? No, I'm good. And that's what it is with a lot of people. You're not suffering the way that they want you to suffer. You are unbothered by a lot of the things that are happening because you see the bigger picture. You have the macroscopic perspective. You know the end goal, right? And so when these little hiccups and things occur and you don't really respond the way people want you to respond, it throws people off, right? Yeah, no, I'm not in victim energy. No, I'm not. I'm not sitting here crying, feeling disempowered. Like I know that this is going to work itself out, and I'm a little confused and upset and maybe stagnant or frustrated right now. But I'm not giving up. I'm like, well, you just need to give up. You need to go work at that restaurant. You need to go, you know, work at I don't know, fucking Publix or whatever they want you to do, because then they don't feel like you're going to maybe ask them or burden them with your issues, right? It's like, well, go do anything because I can't help you because I can barely even help myself, right? Or the help you do receive from the fake martyrs in your life is very conditional, right? It's like, well, I'll help you, but you need to do this, this, and this, and this because this is what I think is best for your life, even though my shit ain't perfect, right? Just because someone is helping you doesn't mean that they necessarily are on point or that they got their shit together. They might be offering you some help. I've helped a lot of people over the years and I didn't really have much to offer them, but maybe all I had to offer you was a place to sleep. Or maybe all I had to offer you was a meal, right? Or maybe my time, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't have shit going on or that I wasn't worried about what I was going to eat or that I always had a place to sleep. But in that moment, if I can help a person, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to lord it over their faces, right? So be mindful of that too when you're asking for help and putting shit out there. Like, is it coming from a place of love or fear, right? Because I have a person in my life that, I care about very deeply. They're always going out of their way to help people, but it's transactional. They say it's love, but it's not love. At the end of the day, it's transactional because it's like, well, I did this for you, so, and I did this. Well, if I'm constantly doing stuff for you, and I constantly need to throw it in your face, then it's not really love. That's not why I'm doing it. Then it's just a reminder that at the end of the day, I'm reminding you of this because I feel like you owe me something, right? Two different vibrations. Two different vibrations. So just be mindful of that, right? There's a lot of that coming in right now. So, anyway, guys, I'm encouraging you to hold on. I'm encouraging you to stay strong. I'm encouraging you to set boundaries. I'm encouraging you to love yourself. I'm encouraging you to see where your level of tolerance is and look at your life. This is your level of tolerance. Are you going to raise it? Do you think that you should? Do you believe that you're worthy of the next level version of yourself? And how can you step into that today? How can you be the next level version of yourself? How can you be abundant in love? How can you be abundant in wealth? How can you be confident and radiant and peaceful and harmonious? How can you start doing that today? And one way is setting the intention. Set the intention, guys. Like, I know it sounds so simple, but that's because it really is. Humans complicate shit. We like to overthink things, right? We like to do extra shit. Set the intention, right? I was just talking to my bus driver. I see him every day, and he's like, "Could you ever be with a man that's not like as bright and cheerful as you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that with being with me long enough, he would learn because I'm fucking rainbows and sunshine. Like, you can't be around me and be miserable. You're either gonna learn to be joyful or you're not gonna be here, right? Because I'm not gonna I don't do that." He's like, "No, it's just natural to you." And I was like, "Listen, every day I set the intention of what I want my day to be, and then I expect the day to show up like that. Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh, I hope I have a good day. Like, I'm like, today's gonna be a great day. It's a fabulous Friday. I'm excited about today. I can't wait to see like what delightful surprises and fun and blessings and just deliciousness the universe has for me." And that's how I'm going about my day. Like, I'm excited about today. I'm like, I choose to be. It's a choice. We always have a choice. I can choose to be a miserable cunt, or I can choose to be joyful and happy. I choose to be joyful and happy. It feels a lot better, and my day goes by so much faster, and it's so much easier and so much fun, right? And then when I'm putting stuff out into the universe, I'm getting blessings upon blessings upon blessings, and it's delicious and it's delightful, right? And I'm probably gonna be heading out to New York soon. I got a call recently, and it's like, "Yo, let's hit this flight. You need to be in the city." And I'm like, "Amazing! I needed a little vacation and some adult time." And all I was just gently put that into the universe the other day. I was like, I could really use just like a little bit of a reprieve from my kids and some just adult time. Love my kids to death, but I do need mommy time. And then I get this call. And I'm like, look at God showing up in my life. You know what I mean? Like, patterns getting healed, blessings hitting the line. You know what I mean? Like, just be open to it. So set the intention today to have a fucking amazing day. And just put it out there. You know what? Today's going to be a good day and tomorrow's going to be even better. Like, literally say that out loud. Today is going to be a good day and tomorrow's going to be even better. You know what? Today's going to be a good day and tomorrow's going to be even better. I'm excited about today. And then just let it be. And then just rock out, right? Enjoy it. Be joyful. Be happy. Be loved. If you don't think anyone in this motherfucking world loves you, understand this. I love you. I don't care if we only met online. I don't care if it's only through you watching this video. You need to understand that I love you. Like, I literally love you. I'm showing up for you guys. I'm praying for you guys. So if you're hearing my voice, if you're seeing my face, you're under the fucking umbrella and you're in it, right? And you're going to get all these good blessings. You're going to get all this love. You're going to get all these activations. You're going to get all this healing. And you're going to get all this support because that's what we do over here, right? That's how the divine works through me. And that's how I pour into all of you. We're here for one another. You're never alone, and you're very, very much loved by me, by the divine, by your team of light, by this tribe. Okay? So, putting it out there once again. If you guys need to just listen, you need to holler at me one time, hit me at theenlighteneddaughter@gmail.com. I'm going to tell you again, you're not bothering me when you're emailing me. You're not bothering me. I want you guys to communicate with me. I want you guys to open up. I want to hear your stories. So whether it's commenting down below, which you absolutely could, so we can all kind of engage, or if you just want to talk to me one-on-one because maybe you just need some private time with mom, that's fine too. But know that in this community, in this space, you are loved beyond measure. You're valuable, you're worthy, you're deserving, you're important. You're important to me, you're important to this world, you're important to this tribe, all right? You're important to this collective, whether it feels like that or not, okay? I'm going to leave it there. You guys go have a fucking fabulous Friday. Have a fabulous weekend. Know that I love you so much. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I'll see you soon, my beloveds. Later.